Yeah, I'll always be a metalhead. Nothing can take that away from me.
Right.
I mean, not jail, not people, not religion, not anything. I'll always be a metalhead. Metalhead leaves you all out.
You're listening to the Great Metal Debate Podcast.
Welcome, metal freaks, to a new episode of the Great Metal Debate Podcast. Today, we'll be talking about the new album from Cemetery Rapist from my Puddled Phallic drip. This calls for celebration, as Clay, the one-man menace, has dropped his first new record in 10 years. Many of us underground metal fans have at least stumbled upon Clay's work through the side links on YouTube. I know that's how I personally discovered Cemetery Rapist way back in 2009. One minute, your friend will tell you about a band like Devourment. Then a related video in the algorithm will pop up for a band like Puddled Phallic. Then that video will lead you to Torso Fuck. Then that video will lead you to Sperm Swamp. Then that video will lead you even further down the rabbit hole until you get to something like Cemetery Rapist. It's crazy how Clay has been making these tree frog noises for over 20 years. It's even crazier that we live in the United States of America, where we have an essential freedom of speech. And yet, in the 2020s, online censorship has been a major obstacle for Clay over the last few years. He has vented many times on Facebook about how frustrating it is that Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Amazon, Spotify, and other media platforms have given him too much trouble. In fact, the only reason it's on Bandcamp right now is because it's released under the name of his own record label, Awful Goodness Records. Clay has also had many recent shows canceled over his band name alone. I truly feel bad for the guy. He's just trying to share his musical art with his cult following of fans who are deep in the underground scene. We praise him for his cricket sound abilities that were almost hindered about 5 years ago. I remember when he posted this very scary picture of himself with a huge bulge in his neck. He said that he may never be able to do vocals again, and many of us felt very bad for him. Luckily, he made a full recovery from whatever that was, and I have definitely noticed a change in vocal pitch. His signature amphibious mating call now sounds as if it has more bass to it, and he honestly sounds better than ever. Also, the programmed poppy snare drums that remind us all of the band Ecchymosis hasn't changed a bit, so that's good. I'll always love classics such as Herpes Injection, Death by Ruru, Bent Over and Butt Dozered, Wake Up to Bake Up, Retarded Rectum Ripper, and Midwest Cop Killer to name a few. I even enjoyed the Puddled Phallic cover he did for the song Food for the Maggots. But this new record is my favorite. The tracks that I enjoyed the most were Craving Cunt That Needs No Shaving. Sorry, it's hard to really read these song titles without laughing. Addicted to Poverty Pussy. Pregnancy Taste Test. And face raped on the first date. Wow. These definitely aren't politically correct at all. Most bands in the pornogrind genre are only good in moderation, but Cemetery Rapist is one of the few exceptions. I could honestly listen to him anytime. I can't wait to get lucky enough to see him live one day. Who knows, maybe Tampa Bay can host him at the Brass Mug. Too bad I didn't see him on the lineup for Florida Extreme Metal Fest. Anyway, if you're into this explicit type of music with risqué audio clip intros, and you aren't easily offended by gruesome album cover art, then by all means, check this out. I won't give this one a rating due to the lack of variety for the entire subgenre. If you like pornogrind, you pretty much already know what you're getting yourself into. This type of music is definitely not for everyone, but it might be an acquired taste for some. Anyway, check it out if you're interested. Just as a reminder, you can hear the new album on Bandcamp, but just make sure you search for Awful Goodness Records to find it. The only places you can hear his old material is through YouTube, but he also has his website onemanmenace.com, which is where you can listen to full albums including his other projects, and it's where you can buy his merch.